Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. Got a Panini Box Battle for you today. Certainly, primary sponsor for this episode is Panini. Thank you, Trey Hackler and David Porter and others that have been on and others that will be coming. But want to review some boxes and have a little battle here, a little tournament. Thanks also to Topps and Protect. They get their opportunities as well. Heritage Auctions, Huggins & Scott Auctions, Mike Stadium Sports Cards, Burbank Sports Cards, ComC.com, and Beckett Media, Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication. Thank you, Panini. 3 different sports of boxes, so it'd be an interesting tournament here. I have explained that I've had to be a generalist, long tail, in all those years of doing the price guides. So there's basketball, there's football, and NASCAR. NASCAR is the only one I never really did price guides for. I did the early work before the company, even in football and basketball, was me with the help of a lot of correspondents and contributors and surveys, but I put that together. Good knowledge on those, especially on the vintage. NASCAR, not as much, but I do enjoy NASCAR. Anyway, the first one I got was the 1920 Hoops. That's late in the year, released in December. So the current season had not quite started, but it was still picking up on the players and the rookies from 2019 and 2020. We had that situation back when I was involved in the company. It was tricky to get late in the year, early the next year. Football, basketball, baseball, they all had this, and we had to try to establish rules. Certainly once the season starts, it seems disingenuous to do sets from the previous year in order to get another bite at the RC apple. The cards are beautiful. It was the premium stock version, substantial, beautiful cards. Probably not for me. I didn't love them. Again, I'm probably not the intended customer. Panini does some great stuff, but you really need to track with their brands to know when they have these many parallels without serial numbers. On the other hand, it'd be pretty easy to grade. They probably get high grades. And a good example of a set that I would be a player collector or perhaps a team collector, but not a complete set collector. And the next one, staying with basketball, was certified. But that was 2021, released in February, 10 packs of 5. Seemed like it's about $500 a box. I used to say that means if it's 50 cards and $500 a box, that's $10 a card. No, I think people are thinking it's one $500 card they're hoping they get. So I did not get a $500 card. I didn't get a $100 card. I probably got a bunch of $10 cards and less, but I did enjoy it. It had a good feel for me. Not that it's retro, but for some reason, just based on the inserts and the parallels, there was some complexity there, but I could wrap my hands around it. I got a Luka parallel. I'm trying not to make that cloud my judgment, but I was happy about that. And my rookie signature was Patrick Williams, who I think there has to be a reason he was taken so early. He's very young. David Porter was advising me straight from Panini, don't sell too quick. Put it back. You don't know who's going to merge. And that's especially true of basketball for all players except for Luke and Trey, who came out firing a couple years ago. Okay, so of the basketball, I picked certified over the Hoops premium stock. For football, got an optic and a limited. Both of them have been only out for a month or so, just came out in February. Didn't like the optic as much. Again, I don't have a chrome overdose or anything, but it just didn't grab me as much. Limited, I did like that. Again, they're very clean and substantial cards, and I was trying to think, is that the ideal thickness of a card? And they're thicker than vintage cards, but they're not so thick that you have to have special top loaders. It reminded me, as I'm thinking about the basketball and football releases, when you have only one company, the release of the products can be all over the place because there's no other companies that are putting it out. When all the companies are doing all the sports, it seems like the companies focus more on sports in season. So that's another benefit of, and I think that ship has sailed. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. But if all the sports were done by all the companies, I think they would move around and emphasize sports when it's there, as opposed to now when it's pretty much year round for those. Again, that's their prerogative. For pretty much all of those, I don't think I'd be a complete set collector as I used to be when I was in my teens and 20s and even 30s, but I'd love to pick up my players and teams. Okay, so of those, absolutely, I picked 2021, the certified basketball. Definitely that was the most fun open, and I would definitely pick that for something that I understood. It had something that I'm calling understandable complexity. As I opened it up, I knew what I had. I didn't hit the jackpot or anything, but I was pleased. Again, I got recognizable parallels that I could figure out value because I'm a price guide guy. So again, certified won that bracket of the turn. Now, on the other side of the bracket is just the NASCAR Donruss product that just came out about a month ago as well. I think that's the winner. What I'm realizing is that basketball and football and even baseball have been so bid up with the world record prices and just the royalties, the licensing fees and all that. My guess is in bidding up the products that NASCAR is looking like a bargain at an $80 box, which these other products would have been $80 10 years ago, perhaps, before everything just increased every year. I'm not blaming Panini, but it just points out if you're looking for the next thing, you can either go with what's hot and hope it gets hotter, or you can say that $80 Donruss box, again, very understandable complexity. I could easily tell lots of numbered cards, some other parallels, some retro feel. I'm wondering if Tracy and the Panini guys listened to my Dale Earnhardt tribute, which, again, very worthy, but I do like NASCAR. And I encourage you to look at all of Panini's products, not just basketball, not just baseball, not just football, but NASCAR. I think, to me, this was the winning product. It's the way products used to be. I could have purchased several of these boxes compared to one of the others. Again, reasonable price, a completable set, not a lot of chrome. I don't say chrome is overrated, but I like sometimes having a clean card. I don't want everything to be chrome and I don't want everything to be paper. So a blend, and this actually had it. Again, Sports Card Insight, look for understandable complexity. If a product is too complicated and you can't figure it out without an awful lot of research, to me, that's too complicated. Again, thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Panini. Thanks, other sponsors. Thanks, listeners. Have a good weekend, and I'll be back again on Monday with another episode.